Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and as promised, we're covering some Unfinity spoilers. They dropped a ton of them on us, and I'm just gonna jump right in with Costume Shop. So these are an artifact attraction type cards, if you see ones like this, and they work a little bit differently. I won't get way into it because I think it was actually explained prior with like the whole ticket system and all that, but it's kinda cool. So this one has Visit. You may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. What are the stickers? They are literally stickers. I'm going to cover all the stickers in one, but like here's one of the sticker cards. You've got Liliana, I guess, a straw hat and an acorn, and then Misunderstood, Trapeze, and Elf. You can put those wherever you want. Maybe the type line or the name or just the name, I'm not sure. And then they got the, granted the ability to pay 2 tickets, then, that ability or granted, 3 tickets, hexproof. Or I should say pay 3 and grant it, hexproof. Then you got the pay 2 tickets and give it a 4-2, 4 power, 2 toughness, and you literally just stick it right on top of the card. And here's a spoiler for you. Those stickers and the cards that use stickers are going to be eternal legal. Yep. So I'm skipping the sticker cards for now. We're going to cover them all in one video. But that's what they are. So let's move on to, I guess, Doodle or D's, whatever. Caricaturist. Those are always the best attraction. You pay 6, it's 1/1 legendary artifact creature robot, and let me just direct your attention to the acorn on the bottom. That effectively makes this a silver bordered card. It is not legal in any format really except for like casual and I don't know, what did they say to kind of save face? I guess formats that allow it? Anyway, when Doodlebob here enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 colorless sketch creature token, which you have 15 seconds to draw. If you're not familiar with the unsets, they're not very serious, and the acorn ones are going to be extremely not serious, not practical at all. And some of the eternal legal ones. They're trying to inject value in this. Everybody disagrees, they're just being greedy, but it's still a fun set, so like, whatever. I'm just waiting until the first time they have to ban one of these. So the token has flying if it has wings in its art. The same is true for First Strike and a sword, Vigilance and a shield, Menace and mean eyes, Trample and horns, Death Touch and claws, Lifelink and fangs, and Haste and footwear. So just draw Sonic the Hedgehog, or honestly, if your art skills are like mine, Sanic. This is actually brilliant. I mean, it would take you 15 seconds to read this dang card. You better have it memorized if you're a true tryhard. I love this card. It's so dumb. Next up, Foam Weapons Kiosk. Nice. Also one of the best attractions. So, of course, artifact attraction. Visit, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. That creature gains vigilance until end of turn. Now, that is, like, moderately powerful, which is why they only lit up 2 of the lights on the right. I guess I could just quickly explain what that does. So on each turn at the beginning of your main phase, if you have at least 1 attraction in play, you roll a d6, and if you roll like a 3 or a 6, you will visit this one. For free, no mana, no triggers, nothing. And then, well, I guess you get the trigger of whatever the visit is. So if you pile up enough of these, oh boy, especially if you roll a 6, because they're all lit up on 6 and none of them are lit up on 1. Also, there can be different variations of the same card that have different lights on them. They'll have slightly different flavor text, they might even have different abilities, we'll see. So it's just random fun chaos. So next up, how is this a par 3, which is what I say all the time at mini golf. It's a 4-cost double blue enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell, you may have target player mill X cards, where X is the number of words in that spell's name. Excuse me, WOTC, I thought that this was a fun set, not a mill set. Screw you. Good thing this is an acorn card. Next up, bar entry. It's a 4-cost white instant, and acorn card. Choose 1, destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, or destroy target creature with any part of its head higher than the bar. Align the tops of both cards to check. I can't imagine why they decided to make this an acorn card. Next up, Exchange of Words. Why are mascots always getting in fights? It's a 3-cost blue enchantment, double blue, and when it enters battlefield, choose 2 target creatures. For as long as Exchange of Words remains on the battlefield, exchange the text boxes of those creatures. Oh, it's a literal exchange of words. A lot of puns in these sets. Next up, Centaur of Attention. Why is this a green card instead of a red card when he's that flaming? So he's a 5-cost green 3/3 Centaur performer, and when Centaur of Attention enters the battlefield, roll 5 6-sided dice and store those results on it. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may reroll any number of Centaur of Attention stored results, and then he gets +X, where X is the greatest number of stored results on it of the same value. I actually thought they were going to say the lowest. This is actually, like, really powerful. But, you know, always re-roll the lowest and try to get it from a 1 to a 2 to a 3 or just get lucky the first time. Okay, you know, versus the two have to match. It's almost the same thing mathematically at the end of the day. But it's not the number of the matching ones. So 2 6s versus 2 1s is the same thing. It's the number of matching dice. So if you have 3 dice with the same value, he gets a +3/+3. So that's actually not that nuts. And this is a non-acorn card. Have fun with that one. Then we got Devil K. Neville. Obviously parody of Evil Knievel. He's probably going to jump something or do a stunt and probably injure himself. So it's a 2/1 for 3 legendary creature Devil Performer with haste. And when Devil K. Neville enters the battlefield, jump it over any number of creatures. If it clears those creatures, put that many 1/1 counters on it, you can see a jumping demonstration at devilkneville.com. Okay, I'll do it so you don't have to. Well, it's on YouTube too, but yeah, an angry feminist in a leather jacket told me the extensive list of rules. You hang it vertically facing you over the edge of a table, then you gotta bonk it, and you jump over any number that you lined up. If he fails, you get nothing, and if he clears all of them, then you're good, and he comes to a sliding stop, that's fine. It's the final location, not the landing spot. Oh, how very ableist of you, WOTC. Just kidding, I'm not a frickin' snowflake. I am also not wearing a leather jacket while making this video. Number 1 highest comment, since they forgot to turn off comments on this unlisted link-only video, is WOTC finally printed a magic card that requires an instructional video on how to play it. People throwing shade, bro. People throwing shade. Well, if you make a big jump, this guy has haste. He will absolutely just destroy the person. So it's actually like pretty good, and it's a bit of a gamble, and you got to practice at it. I think it's hilarious. So next up, we've got attempted murder. Get it? Because a group of crows is called a murder. You know, like a gaggle of geese or a gang of, I don't know, geese with brass knuckles. So it's 2 black plus X, sorcery, legal card. There's actually no stamp on it. I don't remember how they said they're handling that. Choose target creature, roll X 6-sided dice. For each even result, put 2 -1/-1 counters on that creature. For each odd result, create a 1/2 bluebird creature token with flying named Stormcrow. You might kill it, you might get some birds, but really at the end of the day, you're going to get some of each. This is a pretty darn good card. Probably legal in every format. I think they said if it doesn't have a stamp at all, it's legal. And then if it's like a silver bordered effectively, but it's a lower rarity that wouldn't normally have a holofoil stamp, it will have an acorn, I think. Next up, another attraction. It's a gift shop. Artifact attraction. Visit. Choose one of the following that hasn't been chosen. This game or this turn? Well, you can't visit it more than once in a turn, so I feel like this runs out after 5, which makes sense because a gift shop would have inventory. Also, there's 5 modes, so create a 1/1 red balloon creature token with flying. Create a 2/2 pink teddy bear creature token. I think we've actually seen that. I think it was leaked or something. Create 2 food tokens. Nice. You get 3 tickets. And then they work like energy, kind of. And then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own, and this is 2, 3, and 6. And there may be multiple versions of this. I'm kind of feeling like they would do that. Oh, and attractions get put into play just like the last unset, from an extra deck, I guess you would call it. Next up, a mythic. It's Vorthos, Steward of Myth. Of course, a reference to people who care about the lore, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with this one. It's a 2-cost red 1/3 legendary creature human gamer, and as Vorthos, Steward of Myth, enters the battlefield, choose a named magic character. So pretty much any legendary plus anybody who showed up in the story, really. And then each spell you cast with the chosen character in its name, flavor text, or art, that'll cost some arguments, costs 1 mana of every color, less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you pay, so you can't put it towards generic. This is going to be not very good in draft, but I think that was the point, because it's a mythic, so it probably won't show up in the draft. But boy, you want the maximum memeified level of commander, make this your commander. What's the color identity? Heck if I know. But prepare for the oops all Jaces. Next up, Myra the Magnificent. It's a 4-cost 2/4 legendary creature human performer, another mythic. And would it count if I chose for the last card Tina Turner? I'm asking for a friend. If she's not a legendary creature, then I don't even know what this game is anymore. So whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, open an attraction. That's when you would just pop the top one off your, we'll just call it what it is, extra deck. And whatever attraction that is, slap it into play. And if you pay X and tap it, exile target instant or sorcery card with mana value X from your graveyard, and choose an attraction you control that doesn't have a midway counter on it. Put a midway counter on it. Whenever you visit that attraction, copy the exiled card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So it's like Flashback, but you have to roll into it but not pay it? That's kind of interesting. What's not interesting is that somehow this is legal. It might be like banned by rule because all the attractions are banned. Then why didn't they just print an acorn on it? I do not understand this at all. Well, next up we got an attraction, Hall of Mirrors. Ooh, ain't he just got a face only mother could love. Visit, choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Holy crap, this is an attraction that's actually not acorned. So attractions and extra decks are now legal in Commander. No wonder people are so pissed about this. Oh, also it bypasses the legendary rule because it drops legendary. Yeah, you could just win. Can't wait to see the vintage and legacy attraction decks. Those will be fun. And dice rolling to make sure that instead of just who goes first wins, now it's whoever lucks out on the dice. Or let's be honest, rigs the dice roll. So next up, the Superlatorium, which is an acorn card. So it's another attraction, 2/3/6 by the way. Visit, an opponent chooses the fastest, the scariest, or the weakest. You choose a creature, then ask a person outside the game to choose a creature that best fits the chosen criteria. Oh boy. If they choose the same creature you chose, claim the prize. And the prize is create 2/1/1 red balloon creature tokens with flying, then sacrifice the Superlatorium and open an attraction. Sacrifice means by rule move to your graveyard, but I'm not sure if you can if it's an extra deck card, because apparently now we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! By the way, superlatives are like the peak of a category. I don't know. Like if I say I'm the best dancer, that's a superlative. Sort of. Not the way I phrase it. It's more of a grammar term, but look it up. So your opponent chooses fastest, scariest, or weakest, and then you choose which creature, I guess, in play at all. It doesn't say that you own. Just which creature in play in the battlefield. Which, by the way, it also doesn't specify, but how else would it work? So you choose the one that best matches the category that they chose. Then you go grab someone else and say, which one is the scariest? Which one do you think is the weakest? Which one do you think is the fastest? Whichever one was chosen earlier. And then if it matches yours, you win. I get way deep into the strategy, but if you want to sit there and think about it, more power to you. I'm moving on. Concession stand! Now we're talking. Gotta get me some of that space funnel cake, dang it. So artifact attraction, obviously, 2/6, so it must be powerful. Visit, create a food token. Alright. And finally, we're stopping on the best one, other than, of course, Space Jace. Oh my gosh, go watch my other video. Comet Stellar Pup. That's right, they finally got a pup walker. Another thing I've been asking for in the game since absolutely forever, along with absolutely everybody else. So, 4 cost, 5 loyalty, legendary planeswalker Comet with just 1/0 ability. He can't go up, he can't go down, and if you attack him, you are a terrible person. And I hope he chews up and buries your shoes. So, 0, roll his 6-sided die. 1 or 2, I believe that's +1 loyalty. Boy, we haven't seen that symbol in forever. Holy cow. Okay, he can change loyalty, I just haven't read it yet. Then create 2 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. They gain haste until end of turn. For a 3, -1, is that? Yeah, down 1 loyalty. Then return a card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. On 4 or 5, Comet Stellar Pup deals damage equal to the number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or player. And then lower the loyalty by, looks like 1. Could have maybe given us a higher res version of this, WOTC. Anyway, 6, +1 loyalty, and you may activate Comet Stellar Pup's loyalty ability 2 more times this turn. Okay. 3 up, 3 down, with the up resulting in more rolls, which is still 50-50 because you could roll the same thing. So I think, yeah, he doesn't have an upward or downward tendency on average. Yes, I'm taking this way too seriously. I'm a very competitive person. Well, it's not going to get better than pepperoni here, so, yeah, I will save the second half of the spoilers, and I'm sure there's way more to come for the next couple days. I guess I'll put the Warhammer 40k spoilers on hold because there's more spoilers. That's right, the spoilers are now overlapping. I'm sure it's a sign of the apocalypse. It's probably what just caused the earthquake in Mexico. Thanks, Wizards. I'll see you guys next time.